When you have hundreds of millions or billions upon billions in your bank account, buying a home for yourself, let alone buying many homes, isn't that big of a deal. People like Bezos or Musk are so rich they can afford to buy entire countries if they so wished. But not every place is good enough for the upper 1%, so they end up picking global centers where they can find both luxury and opportunity to further increase their wealth. Hi, and welcome back to Grand Luxury. Here in this video, we look at where the richest live, the cities which have the most billionaires in 2022. But first, let us ask you, which cities do you think these billionaires love to live in? Is it New York City or maybe London? Let us know in the comments below before we begin what your best guess is. If you like what we're about to talk about, please smash that thumbs up button to show us some love. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and turning on that bell notification to all so you never miss an upload. We are growing an army here, so join the clan. Now, without further delay, hit that intro. Every year, the number of billionaires seems to grow. The current number stands at a whopping 2,668, amassing a total combined net worth of $12.7 trillion. Imagine that, and people say that the world is going to the crapper soon. A billion is a hell of a big number. Imagine simply having $1 billion bucks, 1,000 millions. That's a lot of zeros. Imagine the car collection, imagine the real estate portfolio, imagine the toys you could buy. Number 1, New York. Well, the first city on our list is New York City, with 107 billionaires calling this concrete jungle home. This one was a bit obvious. New York City is literally the global center for trade and commerce. Anyone heard of the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Index, NASDAQ? Well, they're all located in NYC. New York might as well live in the city that never sleeps. Endless entertainment and the center for all things exciting. Over the past year, New York has attracted 8 new billionaires, more than any other metropolis in the world. Thrive Capital founder Josh Kushner and private equity tycoon Ramzi Musallam are 2 of the more prominent members to come. Next, we have the co-founders of the world's largest online marketplace for NFTs, OpenSea, that have decided to call NYC their city of choice. That's right, Devin Finzer, CEO, and Alex Atala, CTO, are calling the Big Apple their home. Michael Bloomberg, the media mogul you may have heard of before, is still the city's wealthiest resident, despite the increased competition. His fortune accounts for 13% of the city's total billionaire wealth. What a flex! Pretty fly for an old guy. Number 2, Beijing. Well, if it was a competition, then Beijing was the city that lost the race at the last minute. Since 2021, China's capital, Beijing's super rich, has lost $174.3 billion of its net worth as a result of increased regulatory monitoring. RLX Technology founder Kate Wang and Didi Global CEO Will Wei Chang, whose fortunes went below the 3 comma mark, were among the 17 billionaires who lost their billionaire fortune status. However, TikTok co-founder and Beijing's wealthiest citizen, Zhang Yiming, is now worth a whopping $14.4 billion more than he was a year ago. Zhang emerged victorious amid the turmoil in the USA, and we should all know by now that nothing can stop TikTok from taking over the social network world. The city is currently home to around 83 billionaires, and with the way China is growing, we might very well see it reclaim the top spot in the near future. Beijing is considered the main hub for business in Asia, and no wonder it is a top destination for billionaires. That, and it has some pretty sweet opulent palaces, gardens, temples, and tombs that add to the magnificence of the city. Number 3, Hong Kong. Coming in third is one of China's bitter rivals, Hong Kong. Hong Kong's billionaires have a total net worth of $304.6 billion in 2022. Unfortunately, it too saw a dramatic decline in the number of billionaires after the restrictions and turmoil brought on by the COVID pandemic. At least 12 billionaires went below the 9-digit mark. They might still be richer than most of us in the next 100 lifetimes, but too poor to make it on the list. Oh, the first world problems. Billionaires like Ina Chan and Lawrence Ho slipped off the list as a result of the sluggish tourist economy. Unfortunately, Hong Kong also lost 2 billionaires as Li Man Tat and Xingbor Tang passed away last year. In 2022, Hong Kong sits at 68 billionaires total, and business magnate, investor, and philanthropist Li Ka-shing retained his top spot in 2022 with $36 billion. Number 4, London. As it loosened long-standing pandemic restrictions, London moved up to number 4 on this list. While adding 3 new billionaires in total, the city actually also gained 6 new 9-figure residents, including the first Bulgarian and Estonian nationals. How cool! The total number of billionaires now stands at 66 in 2022. Other recent billionaires who reside in London include Denis Sverdlov, the founder of the British electronic vehicle maker Arrival, and Vlad Yatsenko, the chief technical officer of the massive digital banking company Revolut. Well, this might be stretching it a little, but what can we say? They do live in London, and they might just need this sort of income to live in a city as expensive as this. But we digress. The British royal family seems to have been forgotten. If you include those and consider their cumulative net worth, then we don't think anything is going to hold London from going to the number 1 spot. But not today. Forbes does not classify them as such on this list. Number 5, Shanghai. Something is seriously wrong in Asia. Shanghai also lost its fair share of billionaires in 2022. Shanghai lost from 64 to 61 billionaires this year. Executives at the Chinese media behemoth Bilibili, Zhu Yi and Chen Rui, as well as Tony Zhao, CEO of the Nasdaq-listed online video and messaging platform Agora, are amongst the billionaires who have slipped off in the past 12 months. Liu Yongjing, the chairman and CEO of the agriculture and chemicals company East Hope Group, put a positive to the numbers and increased his wealth to an astounding $13.2 billion. He remains the richest person in Shanghai for 2022. All these numbers are hurting our head. Why not take a quick break? If you're enjoying the vid, please give us a thumbs up. If you aren't enjoying the video, please have a look at this. Hopefully that deserves a like. Now, let's get back to it. Number 6, Shenzhen. Also known as China's Silicon Valley, Shenzhen was once home to a large number of self-made billionaires. However, it dropped 1 spot to number 6 during the course of the last year, having 59 billionaires residing there. 3 of them were investors in the vaping business Smoor International, whose share price dropped by 64% as a result of the Chinese government's warning to crack down on electronic cigarettes. We don't know why the Chinese hate vape so much. It's safer than Beijing's air, wouldn't you think? Shenzhen's wealthiest individual, Ma Huateng, chairman and CEO of Tencent, was also negatively affected by crackdowns. Since 2021, the fortune of the digital media tycoon has fallen by more than $28 billion. That's $28 billion more than what most people are going to see in a lifetime, so we weren't that sad about the loss, especially given the massive amount of poverty in the country. Let's spread a little bit of wealth, shall we? Number 7, Moscow. No city has lost more billionaires than Moscow. It seems that war isn't good for business after all. Good work, Putin. One of these unfortunate businessmen to fall hard is Vladimir Lysin, the chairman of steel manufacturer NLMK Group. But despite a loss of $8 billion, Lysin is still the richest man in Moscow. Of course, we are going to casually ignore Putin and his undeclared billions, but you can always have a look at one of our earlier videos where we look at his amazing pad. Other than Lysin, 26 other people fell off the billionaire list, which includes names like Tinkoff founder Oleg Tinkov, Russian billionaires Andrei Molchanov and Dmitry Pumpiansky, and Arkady Volosh of Yandex, Russia's answer to search engines like Google and Yahoo. Despite such losses, the city is still home to 53 billionaires in 2022. Number 8, Mumbai. 51 billionaires call this city home. Mumbai held on to its spot on the list by the addition of 6 new billionaires, while 3 others dropped off. Things thus somewhat balanced out. The billionaires that made it to the list include names like Falguni Nayar. This Iron Lady holds the distinction of being the richest self-made woman in the country, with an estimated net worth of $4.5 billion. Falguni made her wealth in beauty products and fashion, something Kylie Jenner could actually learn from. Like Bloomberg is to NYC, 30% of Mumbai's wealth comes from one mega-rich individual, Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of the Reliance Group of Industries. Yep, a diverse business that has its nose in pretty much every industry: energy, petrochemicals, natural gas, media, textiles, retail, you name it, it's probably Reliance. India's richest man and the world's 12th richest person, it's easy to see how he has that title given all his business ventures. Well done. Number 9, San Francisco. Of course, another U.S. city was going to make the list, and it is none other than San Francisco. Although it lost a spot, the city just became home to 4 new billionaires and still has a nice 44 billionaires in 2022. In fact, the city received a slew of new, extremely wealthy entrepreneurs, like Grammarly co-founder Max Litvin and Brex co-founders Henrique Dubugras and Pedro Franceschi, all 26 years old. Affirm co-founder Max Levchin, Ring Central CEO Vlad Shmunis, and Skills CEO Andrew Paradise all went off the Forbes list, resulting in a net loss for the city of San Francisco. Not too bad, at least it's still in the top 10. Number 10, Seoul. Guess who's back? Seoul finally made it back on the list after 2019. This is owing to 4 new billionaires coming onto the list. Well, the amazing thing about them is that 3 of them are self-made. Cho Young-sik, founder of the COVID-19 testing company, Lee Sung-gun, founder of a financial firm, and Park Kwan-ho, a gaming magnate. At $9.1 billion, Kim Byung-soo, the founder of Kakao, South Korea's largest messaging app, and J.Y. Lee, vice chairman of Samsung Electronics, are tied as the city's wealthiest citizens. Seoul is a pretty nice city, so we guess these guys made the right decision to call it home. Seoul has 38 billionaires in 2022. Well, that wraps it up for now, guys. We hope you have enjoyed our list. Is there anyone else you think we forgot? Tell us in the comments below. Please give us a huge thumbs up if you like this video and make sure to share it with all of your friends. Subscribe for more and hit the bell notification to all if you want to keep informed of all our exciting videos. Until next time, have a look at some of our other awesome vids. We're sure you'll become addicted. Adios for now.